Please hit pause to begin and check over your 7-7 Practice B homework. This is the first page. Again, hit pause so you can look at them. Here's the second part up to number 17. And again, make sure you have your labels in 16A and 17A. And number 18. Volume is length times width times height. Now today, we're going to be doing the same type of thing as yesterday, but now they're the special cases. Please take a minute and do the 2 warm-ups. For number 1, you should have gotten 4AB. Number 2, you should have gotten 0. Number 3, 9x squared. Number 4, positive 9 because the negative was inside the parentheses. Number 5, x to the 4th, you have to multiply those. And number 6, you got 6xy. Again, I was saying we're going to be doing special cases. So we're going to find products in the form a plus b quantity squared. Notice 2 numbers, the whole quantity is squared. So the first thing that you could do is you could rewrite the whole thing as x plus 4 times x plus 4 because it's everything inside of there written twice. And then you do your distribution like we did in 7-7. So x times x is x squared, x times positive 4 is positive 4x. Now we distribute our positive 4. Positive 4 times x is plus 4x plus positive 4 times positive 4 is plus 16. When you combine your like terms, you get x squared plus 8x plus 16 because 4x plus 4x is positive 8x. For number 2, whenever we rewrite it, we get m plus 7 quantity squared, or times m plus 7. So first distribute our m to both terms. M times m is n squared plus positive 7m. Distribute your positive 7 times m is plus 7m plus 49. Again, 7m plus 7m is 14m. Then you still have your m squared. It's positive 14, so it's plus, and plus your 49. Let's go down to the bottom 2. This one here, now we have 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 1. So when we distribute our positive 3x, 3 times 3 is 9x squared. 3x times 1 is plus 3x. Positive 1 times 3x is plus 3x. Positive 1 times 1 is plus 1. Combine our like terms. 3x plus 3x is 6x plus 1. So you have 9x squared. It's a positive 6x, so it's plus. And that's our final answer. Last but not least, we have 2v plus 3u times 2v plus 3u. 2x times positive 2v, you get 4v squared. 2v times 3u is plus 6, and again, go in alphabetical order. u, v, again, alphabetical order. That's how we got the uv. Plus, when we distribute our positive 3 times 2v, we get 6uv. 3u times 3u is plus 9u squared. Combine your like terms, and you get 4v squared plus 12uv plus 9u squared. Now, if you notice something in each one of these questions that we boxed the bar combined when we combine our like terms, 4x, 4x, 7m, 7m, 3x, 3x, 6uv, 6uv, they're all the same. So you essentially could do, this is twice the same term. Each one of those, 4x, 4x, 3x, 3x, 7m, 7m, 6uv, 6uv. Well, where did that term come from? Well, look at here. What's 4 times x? It's 4x. What's m times 7? 7m. What's 3x times 1, 3x. It comes from multiplying those two together. Let's look at the far left one. X squared 16 was an x squared. 4 squared, 16. 3x squared, 9x squared. 1 squared, 1. N squared, 7 squared, 9, 49. So we can see the pattern, that it's your a squared on the far left plus your b squared on the far right, but the middle we said is twice the same term. So it's plus 2a times b. It makes the rule so much easier. You can always go back and do the long distribution to check yourself. But I want us to use this rule for these. So we know here that we would take this to the left and square. It'd be 5 squared. We would take 3 cubed on the right and square it. So we get c cubed squared. And then our middle term, we would have plus 2, because it's always twice. Remember, we saw the same thing twice, times 5 times c cubed. Now we can just simplify. 5 squared is 25. 2 times 5 is plus 10c cubed plus c to the 6th. Now if we put it in standard form, we would have c to the 6th plus 10c cubed plus 25. Let's try number 2. If I squared my b now, remember negative b is inside parentheses, so it's negative b quantity squared, 2 squared, plus, now we multiply our two middle terms twice, 2 times negative b times 2. So we get positive b squared, because negative b times negative b is positive. 2 times 2 is 4 times a negative b is negative 4b plus 4. And again, you could have written it like this, negative b plus 2 times negative b plus 2, did your distribution, and you get the exact same answer. You can always check yourself. Let's try, instead of addition, let's try these ones with subtraction. Let's do it the long way. So the first one we have 6x minus 3 times 6x minus 3. When we distribute 6x, you get 6x times 6x is 36x squared. 6x times negative 3 minus 18x. Negative 3 times 6x minus 18x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Again, the same thing in the middle, only it comes out to be negative 36x plus 9 and positive 36x squared. Let's try number 2 here. We have 8 minus x squared times 8 minus x squared. Distribute your 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times negative x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative x squared times 8, negative 8x squared. And negative x squared times negative x squared is positive x to the 4th. Again, combine, and I'm going to put him on the left just to put it in standard form. You get x to the 4th minus 16x plus 64. I don't know about you, but I'm noticing a trend. The only thing that was different, instead of it being a plus a middle term, it's a minus twice the middle. So this rule, and please write it down, is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. They're nearly identical. Now let's go ahead and again use some. We would take the first one, x squared, and this is a negative 7 squared. I'm sorry, we're going to just use the rule so we won't have to worry about that negative. Our b in this case is 7 squared, so then it's minus x twice x times 7. That's a plus. So you get x squared minus 14x plus 49. Let's do the next one. You have 3b quantity squared. On the left we have 2c quantity squared, and then in the middle we have minus 2 3b times 2c. We know that's a plus. So whenever we multiply both exponents, we get 3 squared, which is 9b squared, minus 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 is 12bc, because again, we like it in alphabetical order, plus 4c squared. All right, how about number 3? Remember, squaring again, you get a squared squared, 4 squared, and that's a plus, minus 2a squared times 4, which a squared squared is a to the 4th, minus 8a squared, plus 16. Now this next one is my favorite. Notice we don't have to rewrite them because it's plus and minus. It's already written there for you. So let's do some long distribution to see if we can figure out our rule. So x times x is positive x squared. X times negative 4 is minus 4x. Positive 4 times x is plus 4x. Positive 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. When you combine your like terms, they cancel, and you get x squared minus 16. Let's try the next one. P squared times p squared is p to the 4th. P squared times negative 8q is negative 8 p squared q, because it's in alphabetical order. Positive 8q times p squared is plus 8p squared q. Positive 8q times negative 8q is negative 64q squared. Combine your like terms, again they canceled. P to the 4th minus 64q squared. I'm starting to notice something. I don't know if you are. Let's do this one. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times negative b is negative 10b. b times 10 is positive 10b. Positive b times negative b is negative b squared. Combine your like terms, they cancel. All 3 times they canceled, and you got 100 minus b squared. So I bet you could come up with a rule very simply. When you have a plus b times a minus b, every single time the middle term cancels. Middle term canceled. Every single time. So it will continue. So you'll just get a squared minus b squared, because that negative times a positive will always make it just a negative. That's why it's minus. So let's use some. Well, we know here a is x, b is 3, so you have x squared. You know it's going to be a squared minus b squared, again, it's up there. X squared minus 3 squared, which is x squared minus 9. 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. We have a, we have b. 2x quantity squared is 4x squared, minus 5 squared is 25. X plus 8, x minus 8, we have a, we have b. X squared minus 8 times 8 is 64. This one, we have a, we have b, and a and b again. So a times a squared is 9, minus 2y squared times 2y squared is 4y to the 4th. Now, if you're putting it in standard form, you'd have negative 4y to the 4th plus 9. One more, 9 plus r, 9 minus r. We have a, we have b, we have a, we have b, so it's a plus b, a minus b again. So you get 81a squared minus r squared. To put it in standard form, you get negative r squared plus 81. This one's my favorite. The ultimate challenge. When you have something like this, just take it step by step. So we have x plus 5 times x minus 5. It's a plus b, a minus b. You get x squared minus 25 times x plus 5. Well, now we can just distribute. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times positive 5 is plus 5x squared. Negative 25 times x is negative 25x. Negative 25 times 5 is negative 125. And you are done. We'll start this now.